This is not going to be another generic astrology advice video or a generic feminine energy coaching advice video. There is no such thing in these two areas. While I believe in both of them, feminine energy, coaching as well as astrology. All right, I'm an astrologer and I work with feminine energy mastery as well as masculine energy mastery for women. I just don't believe that there is a one size fits all, even when it pertains to having particular astrology placements. Now, with that being said, there is such a range of embodiment expressions, right, of every single astrological planet, of every single zodiac sign. And that's why I have studied ancient archetypal astrology as well as ancient archetypal feminine energy. And really, here, I mean, you can't tap into the ancient archetypes of astrology without tapping into the masculine and feminine energy principles. They do exist within the ancient astrological principles, all right, on the diurnal and nocturnal or yin and yang. Um, how do you say, like, methods, and approaches to astrology. So this really is pointing to honoring the sun and the moon, the masculine and the feminine in the astrology. So I'm saying here that there's no one size fits all, even in the feminine energy advice here, as it pertains to you wanting to have your feminine business or your business led by, guided by here, your heart space and your feminine energy, right? And your life force, your creative energy here that is authentic and not forced. And the reason there is no one size fits all there either in applying that feminine energy advice in your love life and in your business is because you have a particular astrological code, right, within your personal chart that doesn't just go away, that it can't just be ignored really when it comes to your embodying this feminine energy. So that here is what we're going to dive into as it pertains to your unique celestial code, aka your astrological chart and placements, and the tools, resources, codes really that may seem hidden, but they're not. You just have been maybe understanding astrology from a surface level and not from an ancient, right, archetypal level and approach that helps you to understand and identify your codes that work for you and your signature magnetism for your business, for your love life, for your friendships, your online presence. All of that is identifiable. As well as how to embody here your own feminine energy and essence, and your inner masculine energy as well is identifiable in your personal chart and aka your celestial codes. So when you resonate then with, and you might see me looking down here, by the way, because I am utilizing my iPad notes so that I stay on track because I am a Sagittarius dominant person, woman, and I'm a Pisces as well, all right, my big three. So sometimes I get into a little bit of a fun, flowy, but we have to stay or have some structure to this conversation. So you might see me looking down here at my iPad. So you may resonate very much so with this feminine energy advice that you have been hearing and receiving as it pertains to feminine energy coaches, or here on YouTube, right? You might watch their videos. You may have taken some courses. You may have done so, and with the intention of it being applied here toward your love life and your business. And it doesn't matter what business, genre, industry, it just in general, right? And so you might be feeling, though, lost on how to integrate and apply this advice to your unique journey, right? There may be moments where you find yourself stuck when it comes to certain aspects of your business and, being expressed right through you, or um, you might be feeling stuck in not being able to start the next thing, the next branch or leg of your business, even though you feel like something is, calling to you, but you may not know exactly what that is and how to do it in such a way that does honor the harmony within you of your inner masculine and your inner feminine, right? So, and in your love life as well. This is a big one because I believe that, at least in my experience, I have, taken a lot of wisdom, I'll say, from many feminine energy coaches um, in terms of my love life prior to meeting my husband. And now it's like I recognize that I had still to tap into these particular sections, areas, placements, houses of my unique astrological codes, my chart, so that I could understand here, actually identify and not, I want to say, waste my time, which is money, which is energy, which is money, right? Also on, certain men that maybe they, everything seemed like they were great and all, but they weren't necessarily aligned with what I needed. And I may have intuitively sensed that, but I didn't understand what it was until I really tapped into, again, these particular areas of my astrological chart and the codes within them, so that I could identify, this is actually what I need when it comes to marriage, when it comes to, these are the type of men and maybe even the particular signs that I should even entertain, right? And invest my time and my energy into having a date with and vetting them, right? So I had to really combine the two of the feminine energy flow, right? As an honoring that which is rooted in the heart space, the intuition, the emotional being fulfilled here, right? And sustained. And I also had to I had to combine that with my personal astrological codes, because that's my signature magnetism and archetype, like literally being mapped out for me in every single area of my life, not even just love life and business. Maybe we'll get more into that other areas in another video, but we're particularly talking about these two things today. So this is where, like I said, then the astrology comes in, especially if you have been maybe not so into the astrology, or you've been into it a bit, like I said, more on that surface level and not understanding the ancient archetypal, codes and then the depths that exist, right? The story that exists within your entire map of your astrological chart and placements, okay? So if that is the case and you have been tapped in, though, to the feminine energy advice, or maybe not even either one, but you've been curious about both here or one or the other, then I can confirm for you right now from my personal experience and being where it is that I'm at now in terms of my relationship with my man, as well as where I'm at in my success with my businesses. Yes, plural, okay? That you can indeed tap into both of these and understand here how you combine them, how they work together. It's a dance, all right, in understanding and applying and integrating your personal astrology and the feminine energy advice, okay? So, if you want to go even deeper into that, you can tap into a video that I reference. All right, it's going to be in the description box as well as in the, it should pop up here any moment that you're watching this. And it's called Identifying Your Queen Archetype, or How to Identify Your Queen Archetype, something like that. And that'll be a reference for you to dive in a bit deeper, where I, yes, am um, using my more usual method of filming, which is with my hands and just my cards, and me, sharing my knowledge, my wisdom, but also channeling, because I am a channeler, which is in my astrological chart, and a medium and a reader as well. And I have combined all of these tools, all right, all of these systems. So reference that video to go more in depth into identifying your unique queen archetype as it pertains to the particular areas of your birth chart. So the houses, and I think I talk about just one particular planet and that placement. So, as well as, which is also in the description box below, the Celestial Code Masterclass, which is my 3 hours, just 3 hours. Oh my gosh, signature blueprint. All right, this is what I used, and I turned it into a 3 hour masterclass, which includes a guide that you can print out and write on as well. And it goes so in depth into mastering or utilizing. Or I would just say here, yeah, mastering your feminine and masculine energies to organize your love life and your businesses, your career. Okay. So now we're going to get a little bit here into a tarot and oracle reading, because I always love to incorporate this, as I said before, into my Venus messages here for you. Now, before we do that, I do want to talk a little bit about, which I also do in that How to Identify Your Queen Archetype video, why I even call these Venus messages, and why this one in particular, as I talked about the love life and your business, your careers, right? Being connected here to this particular planet in the astrology. Yes, the sign that this you have your Venus planet in, as well as the house that it's in, as well as the signs that it rules. So the houses that those are in your chart matter very, very much when as it pertains to your attraction here, your what we're calling personal brand nowadays, but I refer to it as your signature magnetism and your queen archetype. So that is, yes, Venus. And I call these messages Venus messages because it came through to me about a year ago, actually, when I was staying somewhere else here in Germany. And it just came through so strong because it was when I was really leaning into my signature magnetism and studying more, actually, of my personal astrology. That was just before I met my partner. And I just got really, really deep into, and I was receiving it. Like I said, I'm a medium, I'm a channeler, I'm an intuitive. And I was receiving it in dreams. I was receiving it as downloads, and people around me were saying things that aligned with it, that I was meant to channel and share the Venetian frequency with the feminine collective, especially. And so I have been calling these messages since then Venus messages for the feminine. Now I shortened it and changed it to just Venus message, because I think we know now, it's been about a year since I've been doing them, that it is indeed that these messages are for you, feminine being. So that is connected to, that's what I was going to say here. Seeing my Sagittarius Pisces, it's like, it takes over because I just love talking about this and I just blah, blah, blah. So the Venus message then is meant to really support you in aligning here with your signature magnetism as the queen archetype that you uniquely are. Now, it doesn't mean that there is not another woman or two or 20 or 200 or 20,000 or 200,000 that, are also in that queen archetype as you are. But it is just the way in which it is embodied and expressed. I mean, I think like all of us, there's no one else in the world that's going to express it and embody it like you. And Venus really rewards, is what it is, because your Venus, the planet of Venus is, yes, connected to receiving. It's the divine feminine planet one of them. If you're already a part of my Sisters of the Stars, Ancient Archetypes and Astrology Principles course, there are other, planets out there that are certainly connected to the divine feminine energy and council, as I like to call it. But in our solar system and our galaxy, I'll even say Venus, as it pertains to, proximity to the Earth, is certainly the one that we, I think, are most influenced by as women, as the feminine collective here. So it's all about our receiving, yes, our in the material, by the way, too. It's not just, the heart space or internal in terms of like love, right? It is connected to our receiving on the external, the material. So money, I just heard the word roses. So yeah, roses, flowers, gifts, jewelry, the beauty, right, that we live in and that we adorn ourselves with, put on our bodies, our appearances, it's the way in which we materially present and show up or signal that we are receptive of receiving, in terms of the material, physical 3D outside world. Okay. So this is directly linked to our queen archetype. Yes, that placement, Venus, as well as our signature magnetism and aka personal brand, as it pertains to our love lives, as it pertains to our businesses, as it pertains to perhaps even the other women that you call friends. Or if you don't have very many that you call friends, even if you would like to, you might be able to identify here. Actually, you will be able to identify that you may have been meant to, right, embrace having a small circle of friends, of, those that you consider and call family outside of your blood family. And oh, if you hear the wind right now, it has been going crazy all day today. I call it the winds of change. But today is also a Gemini new moon when I'm filming this, so we are not surprised here. But yeah, so tapping here into these Venus messages, even if it's whether I'm here sitting here talking, showing my face, right, and doing the cards, or the ones where I'm simply allowing myself, which I prefer to do. It's even in my chart that it's not about me necessarily showing my face for my archetype, right? My queen archetype. It's my voice. So using my voice, my writing, using my hands, because I have beautiful hands too, and I've been a hand model before, um, is really what it's about. And, you know, leading from that, right, as the queen that I am, and trusting it to do what it's supposed to do, because that's what I received it would do, is align you, goddess, feminine woman being, with your signature magnetism and, unique codes expressed and embodied in the way that really honors you in your fullest expression as the queen that you are. in all areas of your life. Okay. So I've been talking for a while. Now let's go ahead and get into the tarot and oracle cards here that I'm sure are going to relate to that which I have just expressed. Okay. Again, to dive deeper into all of that as it pertains to the Venus placement and those other areas, which I'm not going to talk about here, of your personal chart that are going to identify to you your unique magnetism as it pertains to your love life, as it pertains to your business, and your career. You can tap into the Queen Archetype video reference as well as the Celestial Code Masterclass in the description box below. I'm going to pin this on me while we do the cards. So we're going to start with the tarot, I feel. I usually use in my other Venus messages the Goddess Tarot deck, and it actually has like huge illustrated art, the Venus symbol like on all the cards. And I didn't even think of that when I first started doing these Venus messages, and I started with those cards, and I just use them every time I do these messages now. But today I feel called to start with these ones, because those Goddess Tarot cards, they are just the major arcana, which do speak quite clearly, very much so. But I like these sometimes to go more or get more specifics because they are the minor and the major. So what do we have here for this feminine collective tuning into this Venus message as it pertains to their unique celestial codes and signature magnetism, aka their personal brands? We have the Page of Pentacles. Starting off here with the Page of Pentacles. Hope you can see it. I know it's like really beautifully golden. We have the Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck and the Five of Pentacles. The Devil. Okay. So I was hearing right away when I got this card out, there's a new start, there's a new beginning. And I feel like you know it. Some of you, like, you know this, you've even manifested it, right? You've magnetized it, called it in here, prayed about it, all right, to come, right? And there's something, though, about you being hesitant. I'm hearing the word hesitation with the Two of Swords about this new start, this new beginning, this new phase, really, of your life. Okay. You might be, I don't know why I'm hearing ashamed. I'm also hearing afraid, but I'm hearing the word ashamed. There's something about experiencing some shame here with the Five of Pentacles and the Devil that is totally rooted in the past. It's your subconscious that's like, maybe it's like a really, really big difference and change, you know, this new start in your life, this new phase leg of your journey. It may have something to do with your material reality with the pentacles right here, your money, your home, you know, how beautiful things are actually about to get, even if you don't see it yet, but I think you know it. And you're like, oh my God, is this really happening? Like, should I really surrender to this and receive this and let this like happen? Yeah, you should. There's something about not playing small, is what I'm getting here. And just because this is totally new to you, it's coming in fast too, by the way. We have the Eight of Wands at the back of the deck. I think you can feel it, that it really is coming in fast into your material reality here. But don't play small and, remain. It's that what I was talking about before, that you might feel stuck when it comes to the next branch or leg or expansion of your legacy, your business, or what's next in your love life or for your money, upping your prices and hearing in terms of your offerings that you're, selling your services at. But there's something about really embracing this newness here. I told you the winds of change are here. And even if it's not so windy where you are, you may be resonating with this energy right now. Yeah. There's such actually a clarity about this with the Ace of Swords. I'm telling you, like, this, but you feel stuck, like, but it's only in your subconscious mind that you're actually stuck. And I feel like physically, emotionally, and I shuffled the cards and this came out again. Confirmation. Physically and emotionally, you are, and spiritually, really invested in this. You know that this is what you must, like, I'm not even hearing, I was going to say run toward, but I'm not hearing run toward. It's more like opening your arms, so you can see my arms, and letting it rush in, like this Eight of Wands energy here. Let it come in, like rush in at you, and just be ready and expecting to receive it, and that it's going to be good, by the way. Expect that. With the High Priestess, again, this just tells me that you know this. You do intuit it. And I'm hearing a prayer with the Temperance and the Ace of Cups. It's like you've been praying for this, okay? Some of you have a relationship with Jesus, with God, okay? I'm hearing the Bible. So studying the scripture, the Bible, I'm hearing like God's promise, okay, to you. And it's like, it's time. It's divine time. It's God's timing here that is striking. I'm hearing strike the iron while it's hot, if you know that saying. It's pretty much like go for it, while it's hot. Like do it. Um, I don't believe that you will miss out on this, okay? It's just, it's like it's gonna happen regardless. Like even if you're in this energy of feeling a bit insecure or scared, or it's just, I feel like it's gonna happen for you regardless. There's kind of like nothing you can do about it actually. So you might as well embrace it with arms wide open. So one more here. Yeah, we have the Five of Swords. It kind of hesitated to go reversed or not. So the Five of Swords is always about a change of direction. Five is change, and swords is the mind and your voice, speaking, expression, communication. So it's a change of direction when it comes to your mind, your mental activity, perhaps your subconscious. I'm hearing regulating, self-regulating here, okay? And the cards are the same at the bottom of the deck. So that is comfort. So that is confirmation with the High Priestess, Temperance, and the Ace of Cups. Okay, you have done the work. I'm also hearing to tell you that because maybe you think it's going to be a struggle, it's going to be hard, there's like so much more work for you to do, but I'm not getting that. I'm getting this like it's going to be really in honor of your inner feminine, the queen that you are, and the way in which you're meant to rule and live and lead your life. And that this is divinely ordained and orchestrated and anointed. So nothing and no one can take away that ease that you are meant to experience in your life now. Okay. I'm hearing the ease actually, yeah, in love and in your business, your career, your money, your legacy, all right, financially. The Knight of Cups could be a man, a masculine coming in if you're not already in a relationship, or your relationship could be going to the next level here as it pertains to, I'm hearing family ties with the Ten of Pentacles. So it could be whatever it is that you are building together with this man, with your partner, as it pertains to your material abundance and prosperity, which I'm getting to tell you is limitless, by the way. All right, don't put a limit to it. Expect goodness. Expect goodness is what I keep hearing here. All right, so that's that with that tarot. We're at 30 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up with an oracle message. Let's use one moon card and one water oracle for this feminine collective. Oh, that is too many. The cards are so excited. There's an energy of excitement. There's an energy of, yeah, change. It's just here, and it's like, get ready, be ready. Not even get ready, just be ready and stay ready, and expect to receive whatever it is that you've put on your vision board, whatever it is that you've written down, whatever it is that you've prayed, that you spoke to God. All right, expect it. I'm getting to tell you that. What is the moon oracle on the say? There we go. Oh, yeah. Proper rest helps me look and feel my best. Yeah. The moon says relax. The moon says take a nap. All right. Rest to receive. I'm also getting there's an energy of surrendering, like I said, with arms wide open. Okay. And in such a way that's like, everything is good. All right. And it's only going to get better, and probably better than you even imagine. So, and one water oracle to close this out. And the feminine collective. Drop the card. Maybe that would be the one that comes out. Let's see. Beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. It's in German. I will translate it. It's like a dive, like a deep dive, basically. Okay. It says, don't hold back. It is the time. Make your own way. I mean, come on. Yeah. There's such an energy of just like, yeah, you have, like it says, I'll show you this one. It says new priorities and what really matters here, reflecting on that. All right. And I'm also getting attracting that, right? It's like there's no playing small anymore. It would be small of you to continue with that which you began a while ago, perhaps, in terms of your business, in terms of your life and your reality and your money, it's just you have a new, bigger vision, picture, and that is your new priority. That's what you've prayed about. That's what it's time for. That's what's really important, what really matters as pertains to God and God's plan for you and intentions for you. And so you're being guided to not play small and hold back anymore. All right. And to trust in the way that is being made for you by divine, that it is you making your own way too, because you asked for it. You called for it. You have wanted to align with this For some of you too, it could be that this new reality is you're magnetizing it with your queen archetype, your celestial code, what is uniquely meant to be embodied by and as you. And that you're not holding back anymore, playing small anymore by doing what maybe in business or social media or, in love even works for another woman or other women or other, people that you may have been listening to in terms of advice and coaching and all of that for these areas of your life. But you're being guided toward the way that is uniquely, it's that lane that I'm seeing, like a lane, like stay in your lane, I'm hearing. It's the lane that has been assigned to you by divine, by God, and you identify that now in your unique celestial codes. So I will see you next time. Thank you for tuning in to this Venus message. And again, you can find the Celestial Code Masterclass in the description box below, as well as the Identify Your Queen archetype video in the description as well. I will see you soon, and bye-bye.